morning, everybody. It's Gina, and I'm back with another video. And this time, it's a grocery haul from one of my favorite stores. And the name of the store is SANWA. It's located in Tampa. This past weekend, I went to visit my sister in Tampa and to take my son to the Chinese New Year festival. And I'm going to have a video on that as well, together with a couple of things that I purchased there. But for this video, I want to talk about everything that I bought at SANWA. It's pretty much an international restaurant, but predominantly Indian, Asian, and the Caribbean islands and countries. So I'm going to talk about that, and I found some amazing things. I absolutely love this store. I don't get there enough because I live on the east coast of Florida. She lives on the west, but it's not that far, so I'm going to try to get there more often. And whenever I go to SANWA, oh my gosh, I think I kind of go crazy in there. But I'm going to share with you a couple of the things that I got on this past trip. So stay with me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is kimchi. I bought some kimchi. The beauty of this is there's absolutely no MSG and there's no preservatives. So I love that. Absolutely love it. And whenever I do a recipe using this, I will share that with you. I'll either do a live to show you how I make it, or I'll just do the video and then I share it with you guys. But I bought a bottle of kimchi, and I probably should have bought a bigger bottle, but next time. So I'm going to show that to you. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the refrigerator because it should be refrigerated. Right, so that's a bottle of kimchi. Okay, so oh my gosh, I found so much stuff that I love. Have to share. All right, so I found these drinks. I've never had them before, but I decided I'd go ahead and try them. Those black seeds that you're seeing, those are basil seeds, and this one is a mango drink with basil seeds, and the company is called Himani or Himani. I'm not sure, but I'm going to give that a try. So I got the one with the mango and basil seeds, and then I also got the lychee with and I'm hoping the color comes across because this is actually kind of pink. It's the color of the lychee fruit, and it's got the basil seeds inside as well. So I will let you guys know how those taste because I'm going to be trying these for the very first time. And please forgive me if I sound a little funny. I actually just numbed my one side of my tongue because I have an ulcer that I'm kind of dealing with. But I absolutely had to do this video. I had to share this with you, so I'm going to just work with it right now. I used clove essential oil, which is an antiseptic. It also is a numbing agent, so if you ever have any kind of pain any kind of oral pain, clove essential oil works really well for that. So that's what I have, trying to kind of numb the area where I have that ulcer right now. But let's continue. All right, my son, I myself, we absolutely, and I keep cutting my head off, we absolutely love cornmeal porridge, and we always get these packets. They come in different flavors. This one is vanilla, and then we also, that one's also vanilla. There are different flavors, like I said, banana, and I think there's a peanut one here as well. There's a peanut flavor, and then there's another vanilla. I thought I picked up a couple other flavors, but we absolutely love these for breakfast, but pretty much any time of the day because cornmeal porridge is good at any time of the day. And with cornmeal porridge, we usually end up having, and if you're from the Caribbean, especially Jamaica or the Cayman Islands, then you know about this. Hard dough bread. I found hard dough bread this weekend, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We eat this with cornmeal porridge. Slather some butter on there and just dip it in. Oh, it's like you're in heaven. And we also eat it whenever we're drinking Milo. You take the Milo. I would take the hard dough bread and dip it into the Milo. Oh, anyway, yeah. So this is hard dough bread. Found hard dough bread this weekend. I also found And a lot of you probably won't be familiar with these because a lot of them are Caribbean or Asian, but I wanted to share them with you anyway. This is bulla. We call it bulla. It's actually very thin cake, it's thick as well. We eat this with cheese, or some people like to use jam on it or butter, but it's made from ginger and a lot of other spices. And whenever I'm eating these, I will share with you some how I eat it. So it's called bulla, or we call them bulla cake. Right, so we have that. I'm gonna put these aside, kind of out of the way since I've already shared. I also found, and you're probably not familiar with this. I don't know if you've ever had a boba drink, a boba smoothie, boba tea, and in it there are these little black, what they call boba beads. Well, I found the gelatin. It's called gelatin jelly, which to me is kind of an oxymoron, really. But this is grass jelly, and it is absolutely delicious. I had the grass jelly drink over the weekend, but this is there's cubes of the gelatin, and it tastes pretty much like the boba beans or boba beads. And I was looking for the boba beads this weekend, but the store did not carry them. But I did manage to find this, and I also found the boba tea, which I'm going to share with you in a little bit. But I'm going to try this and try a couple recipes, and I'll share those with you as well. I'm pretty much going to use this to make a type of drink. Okay? And let me see, make sure you can see that. That's what it looks like. But I also share with you whenever I have it opened, so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to share with you a couple of the fresh fruits so I can go ahead and put those in the refrigerator, and anything cold that has to go in the refrigerator. And I'll also share with you some recipes on how I use this. This is Lotus Root. I don't know if you're familiar with the lotus flower, but this is the root, already peeled and cut up. I did not buy any of the thoroughly fresh one. This one is already peeled and cut. I figured I'd save myself some time and energy. But this is the lotus root. Let me make sure you can see that up close. Hopefully you can. So whenever I do a recipe with this, I will share with you how I'll probably do a live with this one because this is really unusual. I'm going to do a stir fry lotus root dish with this one. I'm going to go ahead and put this into the refrigerator, and I will come back with the other. Also found mangoes. I hope you can see the size of this baby. It is huge. And I bought a case of them. Let me see if I can share that. They're each of them equally as big. Absolutely amazing. And I'm not sure exactly what the name of this is, but oh, I wish you could smell this. Oh my gosh. But this is the time of year for mangoes to be coming out. And I had to get some mangoes, and the case, this case of mangoes was, I want to say $6 or $7, something like that. Buying by the case was much cheaper. Each of them was $1.25. Whoops. But I'm telling you, the size of these mangoes is definitely worth $1.25. That's my hand. It fits, almost covers my hand. So it's a massive mango, and it's definitely worth $1.25. But I ended up buying the case because we just absolutely love mangoes. Sometimes some of these will be cut up and frozen so we can use them in smoothies, and some of them will be just eaten as they are. So mangoes, and let me go ahead and put this down here. Just give me a second for dipping. We also found strawberries. I also found strawberries, and some of these will be frozen and put in, made into smoothies or used for smoothies and that sort of stuff. Some of them can be cut up and put into salads, but these were 99 cents per container. I ended up buying 3 of them. Like I said, some will be frozen, some will be used fresh. So I just couldn't pass up on that. 99 cents, guys. And this is a pretty large container, and they're quite a bit in there. So absolutely had to get quite a few of those. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this fruit. This is called mommy. Some people call it the mommy apple. But you can see the size of this. It's not a potato, even though it might look like a potato where you're watching. It's a mommy apple or mommy fruit. It has the same kind of flavor. If you're familiar with what we call the gooseberry, or in some places they call it the sapodilla. But this is very similar in taste to the sapodilla or the gooseberry. And when this is ripened a little bit more, and I'm going to open it so you guys can see, there's a massive seed on the inside, and I'm going to attempt to plant it. I did plant one several years ago, and it got to about 3 feet in height, but I think it got root bound. And to be honest, I totally forgotten about it. By the time I realized what was growing, it had already gotten root bound and then ended up dying, I think, in the cold weather. So I know I can grow the seed, so I'm going to try it again. But it's a massive seed, and it's an absolutely delicious fruit. So whenever I'm opening this, I will do a video and I will share that with you as well. So you can see exactly what it looks like on the inside. It's a bright orange on the inside. And gosh, wish there was like smell-o-vision or taste-o-vision that I could share it with you, but it's absolutely delicious. So this is the mommy, or the mommy fruit, or the mommy apple. Right, so let me put that aside. And the other one I found, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. This is Burdock Root. And I've never seen Burdock Root fresh. I've always bought it dried because I use it in a lot of my teas. And Burdock Root is great for detoxing. So I have it in my detox tea. And I also use it in like bath teas. Whenever I take a bath soak, I will put some of this in with the Epsom salt and whatever other blends that I use. But I found some fresh this weekend, and I've never seen it fresh, and I had to get some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this in a recipe, and a cooking recipe, not for bathing. And I'm probably going to make burdock kimpira, or I probably pickle some, or and I may end up drying some. But like I said, I have some dried already, so I probably just use this in some cooking recipes. The burdock kimpira is like a stir fry, and I will share that with you whenever I'm making that recipe. All right, so this is burdock root, and I don't think it grows here in Central Florida. But if I ever attempt to grow it, it will be in a container because, like I said, this is the root. So and these go down. So I've actually watched someone harvesting the burdock roots, and it takes forever because you have to dig so far down to avoid breaking all of these. Isn't that beautiful? And it's so flexible. It's so funny, so flexible. But yeah, so I'm going to share with you whenever I'm cooking this. This is burdock root, really good for detoxing, especially the liver, but also the blood. So I will definitely share with you whenever I am cooking that. Oh my gosh, so much stuff, so much. All right, I mentioned the boba beads and the grass gelatin that I showed you earlier. So I got the boba milk tea, but I'm going to have to order the boba beads to add to this. So these are the boba milk teas. So I ended up getting a packet of that, and I think this packet was like $3, something like that. Wasn't very bad at all. I also, this is one of my favorite drinks, I also got some Thai tea mixes. If you've ever had Thai tea is absolutely delicious. So I went ahead and I got a packet of those as well. I also got a bunch of the Oriental style noodles. So these are I think the medium sized ones. So whenever I'm doing a recipe with those, I will also share that with you. As you can tell, even though I'm from the Caribbean, I also use a lot of Asian products because I love Asian food. So that's why I ended up, and this market is perfect for that because, like I said, it has everything Caribbean, Hispanics, Asian, Indian, whatever you want, you can go into this market and you can find it. So what else did I get that I have not shared already? I was going to make this Indian dish, not this past weekend, the weekend before, and I did not have any garam masala. So I ended up buying a packet of that. I initially planned on making it, but I bought this packet for, I think, $1.97, something to that effect. It was very, very cheap. So I ended up getting that as well. Now, I was looking for fresh jackfruit, but they did not have any at the time. So I got a can of the young jackfruit, and I'm going to be using that in like a curry recipe. So I'll share that with you as well. And I don't know if you're familiar with jackfruit. It's like the biggest fruit that grows on a tree. They can be massive, and it's quite pricey to buy them fresh. I mean, they can be like this size. They're huge. The jackfruits are very, very big. Like I said, the biggest fruit that grows on a tree. So I ended up just buying a can of the young jackfruit, and like I said, I will share a recipe with that as well. I also bought some, I think this is bamboo shoots. I use this in stir fries. And I also got a can of water chestnuts. I did see the a bunch of the fresh water chestnuts, but it was such a huge bag that I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to use it without some of it going bad. So I ended up just getting the can. I mentioned the lychee drink earlier. Remember that? Well, I also got some lychee fruit in the can. Now, it's very hard to find the fresh around here, so I ended up just getting some of I think I got about 4 cans of the lychee fruit because my youngest son, absolutely loves these. I have managed to find them fresh periodically, but this time that I went there, they did not have any fresh ones, so I ended up getting the cans. All right, so I got a couple of the things I want to share with you. And I saw these for the first time, and I decided to go ahead and give them a try. These are Chrysanthemum Tea Drinks. Now, I make a lot of different herbal teas, but I've never actually seen this in this form. So I'm going to give that a try. I actually bought about 8 cans of these. I usually make like calendula tea or chamomile tea and a bunch of other teas because I use a lot of different herbs, but I had never seen this one, the chrysanthemum tea. So I'm going to give that a shot, and I will let you know how that tastes. And I did end up getting quite a few of these because I know that the herbal teas are really good for you anyway. And this has no added preservatives in there. I also went ahead and picked up quite a few coconut waters in the can form like this. And these were, I think, 97 cents. So I picked up quite a few of these because typically these run you almost $2 in other stores. So I picked up quite a few of these. The chrysanthemum drinks, I believe, were 59 cents. They were way under $1. I remember that. So I'm going to give those a try. I also picked up, now if you're from the Caribbean, like Jamaica, Cayman Islands, probably Trinidad may also make this, I'm not sure. But this is called Festival, and I went ahead and picked up a packet to make. This is really good with fish. We even cook it whenever we are make these whenever we're cooking curry, like curry chicken or something like that. So I picked up a box of this. Oh, before we get on to the sweet stuff, I absolutely love seaweed, and sometimes I just like to snack on these. Am I holding it upside down? Yes, I am. Went ahead and picked up a packet of these, and sometimes I like to, like I said, snack on them just by themselves, or I also use them to wrap rice with. You can make, just simple sushi with these. They're quite small, so it's just basically if you're eating rice. You can use one and just kind of wrap up, make a ball, that kind of stuff. Now, one of these, they're different flavors. One of them is, let me see. I think one is wasabi. I'm sure I just saw the flavors. I'm pretty sure. Oh, well, I'm kind of hoping that all of them are not wasabi. No, these ones are just the seasoned. I think I did pick up one that had wasabi. I might have put it back. Yeah, I think I ended up putting the wasabi one back. These are just the seasoned. Let's see if I can get a good shot without the glare. So I absolutely love seaweed. So I picked up a packet of those. Now to the sweet stuff. I absolutely cannot go into this market without picking up some kind of a dessert, because you can find all kinds of desserts from all over the world. So, and anytime I pick this up or anytime I see it in any store, it always reminds me of my grandmother, because my grandmother used to make this all the time, and I can still picture her in the kitchen making the cake, the really thin cake, and baking it and then spreading all the jelly onto it and rolling it up. So I can still picture her doing that. So I went ahead and I just picked, and I absolutely love jelly rolls. So I went ahead and I picked up a packet of the jelly roll. This was from the Hispanic section, and it's absolutely delicious. I think this is probably the most expensive thing I might have bought there. But scrumptious, absolutely delicious. So pick that up, and I also picked up a couple packets of mochi. And if you're not familiar with mochi, mochi is a Japanese dessert. Actually, it's not very sweet at all. The outer part of it is kind of sweet. It's made from rice, and this particular one, let me see if I can get it up close. The outer part of this, the one I'm showing you is green tea. The outer part is always made with rice, but this one is flavored with green tea on the outside, and then there's red bean paste on the inside. And then here's another one that is just, this one is actually a mixture. The first set, let me see if I can get it. One section is the green tea and one section is just the plain rice, and on the inside they both have red bean paste. So these are called mochi, and this is, absolutely love these. They're not very sweet at all, but they give you enough of a sweetness to kind of satisfy that, if you're craving something sweet. But I love these. I absolutely love them. So that's mochi. Now, actually, no, this was not the most expensive thing that I purchased, but I'm going to show you what was. But it's actually, when you think about how much of it there is and what you would have bought if you bought a smaller one. So we use rice quite a bit, and usually I would buy the jasmine rice, but I did not get that this time. I did get this big bag of rice, and I think this is 20 pounds. This was $8, so this was actually my most expensive purchase that day. This was $8, and if you consider buying a 1 pound bag of rice, nowadays it's gonna run you almost $2. $2 times $20, that's $40 that you'd be spending. This was $8, and this is gonna last us quite a while. I mean, we do eat rice quite a bit, but not enough that it's gonna run out within a week or so. So this will last us quite a bit, and this is a 20 pound bag of rice for $8. So I hope I didn't bore you to death with this haul, but I absolutely had to share that with you. And again, this name of the store is SANWA, SANWA. I'm really not sure what it stands for, but if you go in, you'll see people from all over the world. Literally, there'll be Spanish people in there, or Hispanics, as some people like to say. You'll see Indians in there. You'll see Chinese, Korean, all types of Asians will be in there. They open up from around 4 o'clock in the morning till about 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, depending on what day it is. And they also cater to restaurants. A lot of restaurants will come in there because they also sell in bulk. But this place is absolutely amazing. So if you live in the Tampa Bay area or anywhere close that you don't mind driving an hour or 2 hours to go to this place, it is absolutely worth the trip, especially if you're from the Caribbean like I am. And where I'm living, it's there's really no good store that we could go and purchase, stuff that I'm used to, stuff that I've grown up with. So making the 2 hour trek across, it's well worth it. I don't do it very often. My sister lives there, so can go to see her, or she will come to see me. But whenever I'm there, I absolutely have to go to SANWA. She knows whenever I come there, we're making a trip to SANWA. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you might have learned about a few things that you may not necessarily eat, but because I'm from a different culture, there's some things that I would eat that you won't. So, but I'm also going to share some recipes of how I use these products. So thank you for watching. Hope I didn't bore you to death, and I hope you learned something, and that you'll come back again to check out some more of my videos. I share about a lot of different things, grocery hauls, Dollar Tree hauls, homeschooling, gardening, all kinds of stuff. So mine is a variety channel, and you'll definitely learn something new pretty much every time you come to see me. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you are not a subscriber, don't forget to click that red subscribe button, and also click the bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you again real soon. All right, before I leave, one of the things I wanted to share with you was I mentioned that the mami fruit was not quite ripe yet. So how do I ripen it? I simply take a paper bag and I place the mami fruit in here. Probably a little too small, maybe not. Place the mami fruit on the inside, and we'll just wrap it. And I will keep it in here for probably about 2 to 3 days, depending on how fast it ripens. It's not very hard, but it will take probably about 2 days to completely ripen. So I will check it again tomorrow, and then I will check it again the next day if it's not quite ready by tomorrow. And then I will share with you exactly how it looks on the inside, how it tastes, etc. All right? So see you again real soon. And this applies to any other fruit that you may have bought that's green from the grocery store. They pick them green, and then they ship them. They come from quite a distance, so when they get to the store, they're not quite ready to be eaten. So if you buy any fruit that you want to ripen just a little bit faster, just place it into a paper bag like this, and just keep checking it every day until it gets to the ripeness that you would rather enjoy that. All right, so very, very simple. I also dry herbs in this way. So, and I made a video about that as well to show you how to do the herbs. Very, very simple. So I will keep checking back on this tomorrow as well as the day after, and I will let you guys know whenever this is ready. Okay, talk to you again soon. Bye.